My name is Naomi Bennett, and until recently, life was pretty good. At 31, I had climbed the corporate ladder to become a respected marketing executive at Sterling Advertising, a mid-sized agency downtown. I wasn't just some cog in the machine, I was a key player, known for my innovative campaigns and ability to connect with clients on a personal level. My colleagues often joked that I could sell ice to Eskimos, but beneath the surface, I genuinely enjoyed understanding what made people tick and crafting messages that resonated with them. I lived in a cozy apartment overlooking the city, enjoyed weekend brunches with friends, and even managed to squeeze in a yoga class or two each week. Sure, the hours were long, and the pressure could be intense, but I thrived on the challenge. I had big dreams, maybe one day starting my own agency, but for now, I was content to learn and grow at Sterling. My mother, Sarah, was my biggest supporter. She always encouraged me to chase my dreams and reminded me of my strength, even when I doubted myself. We talked almost every day, sharing stories and laughter. She was more than just a mother, she was my best friend. And then, everything changed. That change came in the form of a phone call late one Tuesday night. My mother, who had been battling a persistent illness for the past year, had taken a turn for the worse. The doctor's words echoed in my ears, "Come quickly." I rushed to the hospital, my heart pounding with a mixture of fear and denial. I arrived to find her frail, but her eyes still held that familiar spark. We spent the next few hours talking, reminiscing about old memories, and sharing unspoken feelings. She told me how proud she was of me and urged me to never give up on my dreams. As dawn approached, her breathing became shallow, and her grip on my hand loosened. The moment she passed, a piece of me went with her. The world seemed to lose its color, and a heavy cloud of grief settled over me. The vibrant city outside my window now felt cold and indifferent. The laughter of my friends sounded distant and hollow. My mother's absence was a gaping hole in my life, a constant reminder of what I had lost. The pain was almost unbearable, a deep ache that seemed to permeate every fiber of my being. Sleep offered no escape, only dreams filled with her smiling face, followed by the crushing reality of her absence upon waking. The funeral was a blur of tearful faces, comforting hugs, and whispered condolences. I went through the motions, numb and detached, feeling like I was watching my own life from a distance. Afterwards, my friends and family urged me to take time off, to grieve properly. But I couldn't bear the thought of being alone with my sorrow. Work, I reasoned, would be a distraction, a way to escape the suffocating grief. So, just a week after burying my mother, I returned to Sterling Advertising. The familiar office felt alien, the bustling atmosphere grating on my nerves. I plastered on a fake smile and tried to focus on my work, but it was impossible. Every email, every phone call, every meeting was a struggle. My mind kept drifting back to my mother, to her laughter, her advice, her unwavering love. I found myself staring blankly at my computer screen, unable to concentrate. Simple tasks became monumental challenges. I made careless mistakes, missed deadlines, and snapped at colleagues. The vibrant, confident marketing executive I once was had been replaced by a shell of a person, haunted by grief and struggling to keep it together. I knew I wasn't myself, but I desperately hoped things would get better, that the pain would eventually subside, and I could return to my old life. I was wrong. The summons came on a Friday afternoon. "Naomi, can you come to my office?" Mr. Harding's voice was clipped and devoid of any warmth. I knew something was wrong. He had never called me Naomi before, it was always Ms. Bennett. I walked into his spacious office, the large window overlooking the city offering a stark contrast to the sinking feeling in my stomach. Mr. Harding, a man known for his ruthless efficiency and lack of empathy, gestured for me to sit. He didn't waste any time. "Naomi," he began, his eyes cold and unwavering, "your performance has been unsatisfactory, to say the least, since your return. Clients have complained, deadlines have been missed, and frankly, your emotional state is disrupting the workplace." He paused, as if expecting me to argue. But I was too stunned to speak. "Therefore," he continued, "we've decided to terminate your employment, effective immediately." He slid a severance package across the desk. "I suggest you seek professional help to deal with your issues." The words hit me like a physical blow. Fired. After all my hard work, my dedication, I was being fired for being too emotional after losing my mother. The injustice of it all was overwhelming. I wanted to scream, to cry, to lash out. But I just sat there, numb, as Mr. Harding coldly explained the terms of my dismissal. Walking out of Sterling Advertising that day felt surreal. Like I was watching a movie about someone else's life. Had I really just been fired? Was I really too emotional to do my job? Doubt began to creep in, whispering insidious lies in my ear. Maybe Mr. Harding was right. Maybe I wasn't as good as I thought I was. Maybe my mother's death had broken me in ways I couldn't fix. The hurt was immense, a sharp, stinging pain that overshadowed even my grief. I had poured my heart and soul into Sterling Advertising, sacrificing weekends, evenings, even holidays, to ensure its success. And this was how I was repaid? With a cold, heartless dismissal? Betrayal washed over me. I had trusted Mr. Harding, respected him, even admired him in some ways. To think that he could be so callous, so devoid of compassion, was deeply unsettling. It made me question everything I thought I knew about him, about the company, about the world. I felt adrift, lost at sea without a compass. The foundation of my life had crumbled, leaving me uncertain of who I was and what I was capable of. For the first time in my adult life, I felt truly vulnerable and afraid. But even in the depths of despair, something shifted within me. As I sat alone in my apartment that evening, replaying the events of the day, a tiny spark of defiance flickered to life. It started as a whisper, a faint protest against the injustice I had suffered. But it grew stronger with each passing moment, fueled by anger, hurt, and a deep-seated determination to prove Mr. Harding wrong. I wouldn't let him define me. I wouldn't let his callousness break me. I was more than just too emotional. I was Naomi Bennett, a talented, driven, and resourceful marketing executive. And I wasn't going to be defeated. The grief was still there, a constant ache in my heart. But now, it was accompanied by a burning desire to reclaim my power. I would channel my pain, my anger, my hurt, into something positive, something constructive. I would show Mr. Harding, and myself, what I was truly capable of. The road ahead wouldn't be easy. I knew that. But for the first time since my mother's death, I felt a glimmer of hope, a sense of purpose. The seeds of resolve had been planted, and I was determined to nurture them until they blossomed into something extraordinary. This wasn't the end of my story, it was just the beginning. The next few weeks were a roller coaster of emotions. Some days, the grief was overwhelming, and I could barely get out of bed. I would spend hours looking at old photos of my mother, crying until my eyes were swollen and red. Other days, the anger took over, and I would seethe with resentment towards Mr. Harding and Sterling Advertising. But amidst the emotional turmoil, I also started to take action. I consulted with a lawyer to explore my legal options regarding the firing. While the severance package offered some financial cushion, I wanted to understand if I had grounds for a wrongful termination suit. The lawyer advised me that proving emotional instability as a discriminatory reason would be challenging but not impossible, especially given the timing of my mother's death. I also began researching industry opportunities, scouring job boards and networking with former colleagues. But the idea of working for another agency, under another potentially uncaring boss, didn't appeal to me. That's when a different idea began to take shape, a bolder, more audacious plan that would not only restore my confidence but also deliver the ultimate revenge. The seed of that plan involved a name, Globotech. Globotech. The name echoed in my mind, a beacon of opportunity and retribution. They were Sterling Advertising's biggest client, a multinational tech corporation with a massive marketing budget. I had personally spearheaded several successful campaigns for them, developing a deep understanding of their brand, their target audience, and their strategic goals. I knew that losing Globotech would be a devastating blow to Sterling, potentially crippling their business. And that's when the idea solidified. I would start my own agency and steal Globotech away from Mr. Harding. It was a risky and ambitious plan, but the more I thought about it, the more determined I became. I knew Globotech's account inside and out. I understood their needs better than anyone else at Sterling, possibly even Mr. Harding himself. I also knew that they had been subtly expressing dissatisfaction with Sterling's recent performance, hinting at a desire for a more innovative and personalized approach. This was my chance. My chance to prove my worth, to exact my revenge, and to build something truly great. Globotech wasn't just a client, it was the key to unlocking my future and turning my pain into power. The game was on. The following weeks were a whirlwind of activity. I transformed my grief-stricken apartment into a makeshift office, fueled by coffee and sheer determination. I spent countless hours crafting a comprehensive business plan for my new agency, Bennett Marketing Solutions. The plan wasn't just a generic template, it was meticulously tailored to Globotech's specific needs and challenges. I analyzed their past campaigns, identified areas for improvement, and developed innovative strategies to enhance their brand image and reach a wider audience. I focused on data-driven insights, cutting-edge technology, and a personalized approach that would set my agency apart from the competition. I knew that Globotech valued creativity, innovation, and measurable results. So, I designed a portfolio of sample campaigns that showcased my agency's capabilities and demonstrated a clear understanding of their target market. I also included detailed financial projections, outlining how Bennett Marketing Solutions would deliver a superior return on investment compared to Sterling advertising. Every detail was carefully considered, from the agency's branding and website design to its organizational structure and talent acquisition strategy. I wanted to create an agency that was not only successful but also ethical, compassionate, and committed to empowering its employees. This was more than just revenge, it was about building something meaningful and lasting. With a solid business plan in hand, the next hurdle was securing funding. I knew that launching a successful agency would require significant capital, and my severance package wouldn't be enough. So, I started reaching out to potential investors, leveraging my industry connections and networking skills. The pitching process was daunting. I had to convince seasoned investors, many of whom were skeptical of a young woman starting her own business, that Bennett Marketing Solutions was a worthwhile investment. I emphasized my years of experience at Sterling Advertising, highlighting my track record of success and my deep understanding of the marketing landscape. But the key to my pitch was my knowledge of Globotech. I explained how I had personally managed their account, developed successful campaigns, and understood their specific needs and challenges better than anyone else. I presented compelling data to support my claims, showcasing the potential for significant growth and profitability if Bennett Marketing Solutions secured the Globotech account. My passion, expertise, and unwavering belief in my vision resonated with several investors. They saw the potential in my plan, the value of my experience, and the strength of my determination. After weeks of negotiations, I secured the necessary funding to launch Bennett Marketing Solutions, bringing my dream one step closer to reality. With funding secured, the next crucial step was building the right team. I knew that I couldn't achieve my vision alone. I needed talented, ambitious individuals who shared my passion for marketing and my commitment to excellence. I wasn't just looking for employees, I was looking for partners, collaborators, and fellow rebels who were willing to challenge the status quo. I reached out to former colleagues, industry contacts, and even a few bright-eyed graduates who impressed me with their enthusiasm and fresh perspectives. I conducted rigorous interviews, not just assessing their skills and experience but also evaluating their character and values. I wanted people who were not only competent but also compassionate, ethical, and dedicated to client success. I carefully selected a diverse team of marketing specialists, designers, copywriters, and tech experts, each bringing unique skills and perspectives to the table. I emphasized a collaborative and supportive work environment, where everyone felt valued, respected, and empowered to contribute their best work. I wanted to create a workplace that was the antithesis of Sterling Advertising, a place where creativity thrived, and employees were treated with dignity and respect. This team wasn't just working for me, they were working with me to build something extraordinary. The day of the pitch to Globotech arrived, and I could feel the butterflies fluttering in my stomach. This was it, the culmination of months of hard work, planning, and unwavering determination. I knew that I had to deliver a flawless presentation to convince them that Bennett Marketing Solutions was the right choice for their future. I walked into the Globotech headquarters with my team, feeling a mix of excitement and nerves. I knew some of the key decision-makers from my time at Sterling, but now I was presenting myself as a competitor, a challenger to the status quo. I started by acknowledging their past successes and thanking them for their continued partnership with Sterling Advertising. Then, I subtly highlighted the areas where I believed they could improve, emphasizing the need for a fresh perspective and a more personalized approach. I showcased my agency's innovative strategies, data-driven insights, and commitment to delivering measurable results. I emphasized my deep understanding of their brand, their target audience, and their strategic goals, demonstrating how Bennett Marketing Solutions could take their marketing efforts to the next level. I also highlighted my commitment to building a strong, collaborative relationship with their team, ensuring that their voices were heard and their needs were met. The entire presentation was designed to showcase that Bennett Marketing Solutions was not just an agency, it was a partner invested in their success. The atmosphere in the room was palpable as I concluded my presentation. I could see the Globotech executives exchanging glances, their expressions a mixture of interest and contemplation. The lead decision-maker, Ms. Evans, cleared her throat and addressed me directly. "Naomi," she said, her voice measured but warm, "that was a very impressive presentation. We've always valued your talent and dedication, and it's clear that you put a great deal of thought into this proposal." She went on to acknowledge their growing concerns about Sterling Advertising's recent performance and their desire for a more innovative and personalized approach. She praised my agency's fresh perspective, data-driven strategies, and commitment to building a strong partnership with their team. "We appreciate your honesty and your willingness to challenge the status quo," Ms. Evans continued. "We believe that Bennett Marketing Solutions has the potential to take our marketing efforts to the next level." She then opened the floor for questions, and I and my team confidently addressed each one, providing detailed answers and demonstrating our expertise. I could sense that Globotech was genuinely impressed with our knowledge, our passion, and our unwavering commitment to their success. The tide was turning in my favor. The phone call came a week later. My heart pounded in my chest as I answered. It was Ms. Evans from Globotech. "Naomi," she said, her voice filled with warmth and enthusiasm, "we've made our decision. We're thrilled to announce that Bennett Marketing Solutions has been selected as our new marketing agency." A wave of exhilaration washed over me, so intense it almost knocked me off my feet. I had done it. I had won the Globotech account. I thanked Ms. Evans profusely, trying to maintain my composure while internally celebrating my victory. The news spread like wildfire through Bennett Marketing Solutions. My team erupted in cheers, high fives, and celebratory hugs. We had achieved the impossible, proving that passion, talent, and determination could overcome any obstacle. The impact on Sterling Advertising was immediate and devastating. Their stock price plummeted, key employees started jumping ship, and the agency's future looked bleak. Mr. Harding's callous decision to fire me had backfired spectacularly. He had underestimated my resilience, my talent, and my unwavering determination to succeed. My revenge was complete. Globotech was ours. We had won. I knew that I couldn't resist the urge to let Mr. Harding know about my success. However, I wanted to do it with class and grace, without gloating or rubbing salt in his wounds. I wanted to subtly highlight his misjudgment and demonstrate the folly of his actions. I drafted a short, professional email, congratulating him on his continued success at Sterling Advertising. Then, I casually mentioned that Bennett Marketing Solutions had recently secured a significant new client, a multinational tech corporation that I believed would be a valuable addition to our portfolio. I didn't explicitly mention Globotech by name, but I knew that Mr. Harding would immediately recognize the connection. The silence on his end was deafening. He never responded to my email, but I knew that he had received the message loud and clear. The satisfaction I felt wasn't about schadenfreude or reveling in his misfortune. It was about proving to myself that I was capable, resilient, and that my talent and hard work could overcome any obstacle. It was about reclaiming my power and demonstrating the strength that Mr. Harding had so carelessly dismissed. My revenge was sweet, but it was also a testament to my own personal growth and unwavering determination. As the owner of Bennett Marketing Solutions, my financial situation improved dramatically. My salary was significantly higher than what I had earned at Sterling Advertising, more than triple, reflecting the value of my expertise and the success of my agency. But the financial reward was only one aspect of my newfound success. More importantly, I experienced a level of professional fulfillment that I had never known before. I was in control of my own destiny, making decisions that aligned with my values and creating a work environment that fostered creativity, collaboration, and respect. I relished the challenges of running my own business, from developing innovative marketing strategies to mentoring my team and building strong relationships with clients. I felt a deep sense of purpose, knowing that I was making a positive impact on the lives of my employees and helping my clients achieve their goals. The long hours and hard work were still there, but they no longer felt like a burden. They were an investment in my future, a testament to my passion, and a source of immense satisfaction. I had transformed my pain into power, my grief into grit, and my setback into success. I was finally living the life I had always dreamed of, on my own terms. Looking back on the past year, I am amazed at how much I have grown, both personally and professionally. I have faced unimaginable challenges, endured profound loss, and overcome seemingly insurmountable obstacles. I have discovered a strength and resilience within myself that I never knew existed. I realize now that Mr. Harding's words, "too emotional," were not a weakness but a superpower. My empathy, my compassion, and my ability to connect with others on a human level are what made me a successful marketing executive and a caring leader. I have learned that adversity can be a catalyst for growth, that setbacks can be opportunities for reinvention, and that even in the darkest of times, there is always hope for a brighter future. I have also learned the importance of self-belief, the power of perseverance, and the value of surrounding oneself with a supportive and empowering team. The journey has been arduous, but it has also been incredibly rewarding. I am grateful for the lessons I have learned, the challenges I have overcome, and the person I have become. I am stronger, wiser, and more determined than ever before. And I know that my mother would be proud of me. As I look to the future, I am filled with excitement and optimism. I am embracing my role as the owner of Bennett Marketing Solutions, committed to building a thriving agency that delivers exceptional results for our clients and empowers our employees to reach their full potential. I am determined to create a workplace where creativity flourishes, innovation is encouraged, and every voice is heard. I want my employees to feel valued, respected, and supported, knowing that their contributions are essential to our success. I am also committed to giving back to the community, supporting causes that are important to me, and using my agency as a platform for positive change. I want to create a legacy of excellence, integrity, and compassion, demonstrating that success can be achieved without sacrificing one's values. I know that the road ahead will not always be easy. There will be challenges and setbacks along the way. But I am confident that with my team by my side, I can overcome any obstacle and achieve even greater success in the future. The best is yet to come. The most important lesson I have learned from this experience is the power of perseverance and the importance of turning adversity into opportunity. When faced with setbacks, it is easy to give up, to lose hope, and to succumb to despair. But it is in those moments of darkness that our true strength is revealed. By refusing to be defined by my circumstances, by channeling my pain into action, and by focusing on my goals, I was able to transform a devastating loss into a remarkable triumph. I learned that even when the world seems to be against you, you have the power to create your own destiny. I also learned that true success is not measured by financial wealth or professional accolades, but by the positive impact you have on the lives of others. By creating a workplace that is empowering, supportive, and ethical, I am not only building a successful business but also making a meaningful contribution to society. And finally, I learned that the love of a mother is a powerful force that can guide you through even the darkest of times. My mother's memory continues to inspire me, to motivate me, and to remind me that anything is possible if you believe in yourself and never give up on your dreams. My story, I hope, becomes an inspiration to others facing workplace challenges and personal setbacks. It's a reminder that even when life throws you curveballs, you have the power to rise above them, to turn your pain into purpose, and to create a life that is both successful and fulfilling. It's a testament to the importance of perseverance, the power of self-belief, and the value of surrounding yourself with a supportive community. It's a reminder that you are not defined by your circumstances, but by your choices, your actions, and your unwavering commitment to your dreams. It's a story about resilience, about reclaiming your power, and about finding your voice in a world that often tries to silence it. It's about proving that emotional is not a weakness, but a strength, and that empathy and compassion can be powerful tools for success. And most importantly, it's a story about hope, about finding light in the darkness, and about never giving up on the possibility of a brighter future. If I can overcome these challenges and achieve my dreams, then anyone can. Believe in yourself, embrace your potential, and never stop fighting for what you deserve. The world needs your talent, your passion, and your unique perspective. Don't be afraid to shine.